Hello and welcome to a brief overview of the Money Ledger program for USA truckers up to 10 trucks and personal. In this video you'll see how you can easily keep track of all your trucking income and expenses for up to 10 trucks as well as your personal items. Let's take a brief look at the program and enter some transactions. The screen you're looking at now is the monthly screen. At the top left you can see that it's January, and at the bottom you can see there's one tab for every month. On the left side of the screen is where you make your entries for each income and expense item. Then on the right side of the screen are two summary reports that are automatically being populated as you make your entries. There's an overall summary statement showing the total trucking, and your personal items, along with all the expense categories here. And then to the right of that is a trucking only summary showing only the trucking income and expenses, along with a breakdown for each individual truck. Below these summaries there's also other items, net income and outstanding receivables. And then below the overall summary we have a reconciliation report that shows the total value of the unreconciled items and the number of items to reconcile with your paper statements, and we'll show you that in a minute. Below that is a payment type summary showing each payment type and the amount of money you spent with each for the month. A transfer summary showing transfer of monies between accounts, total receivables. Okay. Let's go back now to our setup screen. In the setup screen we have a center section where you can put in all the different expense category names that you would like. To the left of that we have a column called Items to Appear on Truck General Financial Statement. So for each item that is a trucking related expense, you want to make sure you put a check mark. So for example, bank charges. If that's a business related expense, you want to make sure that that's checked. For other items such as, say, health and beauty, if that's a personal item and not a business related item, you just make sure it's unchecked and it will not show up on your business financial statement, but only on your personal and overall. To the right of the expense categories we have two other columns called split percentages. So if you have an automotive expense, then you want it to split between trucking and personal. In this example, 30% trucking, 70% personal. You just simply enter the ratios here, and when you do your entry you can use the split class and the math will be done for you automatically, and we'll show you that in a minute. Same with home office expenses. If you have a heat bill in your home office and you want to expense that 10% trucking and 90% personal, you put in the ratios, use a split class, and it'll do the math for you. Top left you put in the financial year when it starts, and you can copy this program and use it year to year and just change the year there. You put in the names of your trucks here. You put in your account names for your credit cards and bank accounts. And here you have your financial year. Which month does your financial year start? You just choose it, click submit, and the whole program is set up for you. On the right side of the screen we have pre-written descriptions. So when you do your entries, instead of writing out the repetitive descriptions over and over again, you can just list them here and then choose them while you make your entry. Okay, once you got your setup screen done, you just click save and it'll be good to go. And finally there's a year-to-date screen, and in this screen it just does a summary of everything year-to-date. So there's a general trucking summary with a breakdown of every truck for you, and this is automatically being populated. And then we have quarterly reports as well. First quarter, second quarter, third, and fourth. And at the bottom of each we have a payment summary, we have receivables, we have reconciliation reports, all year to date, and also the quarterlies. Okay, let's do a few entries. 11th of January, let's say we have something for a savings account and it's truck 1, and let's say it's income, and let's say, now I can either choose this off the list or enter it in manually. So let's try choosing income. Well, it's not from work, it's from trucking, from a load, and we put in the amount and the entry's done. Let's do another one. 4th of January, you had a Visa expense, and let's say this one was a split expense. Choose split, and it's for an automotive gas and oil, and let's say it's Esso fuel, and let's just say that's for pickup. Now I can go to the top of the screen and I can, in the formula bar, and I can make my edit to my description there. $56, all done. Okay, let's try 8th of January. And we have MasterCard. And we have truck 1. And let's say we have diesel fuel. And let's say SO fuel, or we can scroll down and choose one of our other items. Let's say Shell fuel for truck. And we're done. Okay, so you just continue entering in your receipts just like that. Then on the right side of the screen, you can see that it's populating our financials. So you can see our overall income and expenses. And you can see that the automotive that we entered as a split entry took that $56 and split it between trucking and personal, just as we set it up in the setup screen. And then we go down, we see our net income. We see that we have 3 entries to reconcile with that value. We have our payment summary. And on the right, we can see that we have some stuff going on with truck 1, general trucking, and overall total for the trucking. And at the bottom, we have our net income. Okay, so now let's say you get your paper statements in the mail. What you do is you use this column and check off, yes, I see that one on my paper statement, I see that one, and I see that one. And you just simply go through them. And then when you have everything reconciled, this will be blank. And the other thing about income, if you have a situation where it's outstanding as a receivable, just choose receivable. It highlights that row, and it will not include it as net income or total income until that receivable is actually received. But it does show up under your receivable report. And once you get the money, you just simply choose the account you put your money into, and it's recorded as income. And then we go to our year-to-date report, and you can see everything's being populated there as well. And that's really all there's to it. If you have a sort, you want to sort the list by date, you just click the sort button at the top, and you can use these handy print buttons for printing. And then thank you for tuning in. I hope you found the video helpful.